it's amazing. I feel like a delicate Viking with my glass cornucopia that I drink out of. You know, it's back to school time for people who are under 90. People who aren't us. I haven't thought about school in so many years.
I think about it all the time. And I'm really glad I'm not in it anymore.
I get asked a lot, like, what did you go to school for where you wound up in video games? And the answer is nothing. Like, nothing I did was video game related.
Dude, I went to art school and dropped out, you know?
Yeah. I have a math degree, so...
Yeah, other than dicking around with video games in school, I didn't do anything video game related.
Except play video games?
Yeah, like so I actually failed my junior level math class in high school because they gave us those TI-83s. You know, and you can install games on them, right?
Drug Wars.
Not Drug Wars.
Shut up, Drug Wars was amazing.
Drug Wars is great. Tetris is fine, like I get it. But there was this Final Fantasy knockoff. Like this amazing RPG, but the problem is it filled up all of your lists for stats. And you couldn't edit them, otherwise it would ruin the battles because all of the enemy energy was like based on these numbers. And I refused to clear them out. So I just would not do stats homework. I just copied stats homework, failed all the tests, and beat Final Fantasy on the TI-83. My mother paid $100 to rent me a piece of equipment that I used to fail math.
Well, hey, I wasn't actually in a smart enough math class that we had those calculators. That was how I knew that a kid wouldn't talk to me as if he had one of those. So I just hung out in this like dumb kid math class. And
all the cool kids with the calculators were giving you wedgies.
We sat in the back, like playing my friend's like original blocky ass Game Boy, playing Tetris, and basically treating it like a weird kind of portable arcade we had going on. We had like one kid who had a CD player with like a CKY album on it. Or like a Burn CD with like Goldfinger's 99 Red Balloons cover, and we'd be playing Tetris, and it was just like it was a constant struggle for the high score. And the funny thing is that none of us had the high score in that class because we all did horribly because all we did was play Tetris. So there's
a class in every high school that is for the people that they just can't get to go to school, right? And I had a lot of friends who were in that class, and it was out in a portable in the back. And I remember I thought that they were the luckiest kids in the world, minus the fact that, you know, they were obviously fucking up their lives. But they did get like an entire LAN set up with Doom, and they were the only group of computers in the entire school that had a game that modern on it. And I used to go hang out with them. And you know what? A lot of these guys, because they had to hack those computers to install Doom, like a lot of them wound up working for like Cisco, like big tech companies, starting startups.
There you go.
But like
a lot of them do that.
One of them didn't get out of high school. Most of them didn't finish college, but
I just totally remembered something. I was in special ed freshman year because I had like crazy anxiety issues. And they were basically like, oh, well, it's not make him do anything, so I just played Unreal Tournament, which someone had installed. Unreal Tournament.
You should have kept that going.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I just played Unreal Tournament.
You should very different.
You should come in here every day and just shake a little bit at every meeting and be like, "Excuse me, I gotta go."
Yeah. It was installed on there by this guy named Russell, who had like a hair your color and a mullet, and he wore like a Canadian tuxedo every day and a NASCAR hat. He was like "Hey, if you wanna shoot some guns, I put Unreal Tournament on there." I'm like, "How?" Okay.
I like Russell.
So Russell was great.
Russell seems like a legit dude.
Russell was amazing.
I don't know. Did you never screwed up school?
I didn't play.
You didn't screw up school.
No, I always put school before games. But I feel like I would have totally failed out of a class if I had found that right game.
Yeah.
I played a lot of World of Warcraft in college, and really that was mostly because all my friends played it, and they were super hardcore into it, like raiding 4 nights a week type shit. And I was just never that into it, but I played just because I was like, hey guys, want to hang out? And they were like, want to raid?
Oh, God.
No, I don't want to raid.
You're like, is that a sexual thing? No, I can do this.
Yeah.
I had like the worst computer in high school, so most of my conversations about gaming were like, can my computer run it? And then I just stand there while they like verbally abuse my graphics card. And then I eventually played MapleStory. I remember playing that a lot after school, which was just like the first free-to-play MMO side-scroller RPG. You just fought a lot of mushrooms.
But it was like super adorable in Korean. But the funny thing is, like you would always be like, "Oh, this is free to play," and then you couldn't figure out why you couldn't get anywhere, and it was because free to play was still in that Korean mode back then, where it's like, "Oh, it's free to play, but you should probably drop about $10-15 a week."
I also played Soldat. You remember Soldat?
Oh yeah, I love Soldat.
You were like a little like side scroller like guy, and it was a side scroller shooter, and it was like really fast paced, and you like ran around these weird maps. They were like Worms maps, but the pacing was like Counter-Strike.
It was good. It was really good.
I
crazy.
played a lot of The Sims in high school. That might make me sound like a chick, but
You're a girl?
I had all of the expansion packs, but the funny thing is I never cared about the characters. I just would use a ton of cheat codes and build my dream house.
Oh, like a
We
dollhouse.
used to just torture them. We used to pretend like we were the omniscient characters in like a Twilight Zone episode and like trap a guy in a pool with no way out.
That's
build
a
a
good
ladder.
one. That's a good one.
Like just remove
Classic.
the door in the guy's bedroom, and initially he's comfortable. He's like, yeah, I'm totally fine in here. And then he starts going a little crazy and just like running around and like peeing in the corner. The Sims was great. You could
just
spend a
made
lot
my
of time in The
Sims have
Sims.
a lot of sex.
I actually
Once they added
in
the hot
college-
date expansion pack, it went downhill from there.
Nobody else was having sex. That's for damn sure.
Might as well let your Sims do it. In college, I actually, so because of the aforementioned reasons, didn't get a lot of financial aid.
Okay.
Had to do a lot of paying for college myself. Ran out of money, and so for a year I wasn't in college, and I was taking these classes to become an MCSE, like a Microsoft networking guy. I was supposed to go to these classes in the morning, and what happened was at the same time, Phantasy Star came out for the Dreamcast, Phantasy Star Online, and that was just the end of me. Like I would skip class in the morning and play with friends, play like through to the evening, and then like my friends would go to bed and Europe would come online. And I'd be hanging out with Europe. And then like Asia would come online and the Japanese gamers would come online. And I just kept skipping and like going in and taking these networking exams and like fingers crossed I'd pass.
The weirdest part of that is just the fact that you went to networking school.
Are you certified now?
I am certified, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know you anymore. That's just weird for me.
I haven't done anything in that for like 10 years. Like I used it to pay for school and then I never touched it again. But it was
So
bad.
we
It was
all
like,
use Max now anyway.
yeah, also I only use Max.
When I was in art school, actually, I got a job at the front desk in my dorms, and I just would play Fallout 3. It was amazing. People would just come in, they'd be like, "Do I have any mail?" And I'm like, "No, fuck off." It's like I'm just sitting there playing Fallout, and $10 an hour to play Fallout 3. It was great.
Yeah.
But with modern games.
Yep.
Yeah, people come by and they're just like, "Hey, so we've got this meeting." I'm like, "Fuck
Yeah.
off." But
Just
now we
don't
actually get
remove
to
the
say it.
headphones.
What are we trying to tell people here? Are we just trying to tell people not to study? I feel like that's bad advice. I feel like we're flukes.
I feel like that's good advice for everyone.
Yeah. All right, if that's what we're going with, let's go with
Builds
it.
character.
Learn how to write. I'd say learn how to write,
Learn how to write good.
That's a good
really
thing.
all you need.
Yeah, use English good, I think.
Math good also.
If you can math good,
If you
that's
can math
great.
good, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Definitely figure out how
No problem.
not to fuck up your words and shit. You
Yeah.
got to be able to write a goddamn email to some fucking employer.
Don't science. You don't need to science.
Dude, science is so.
Science takes care of itself. The whole world runs on
Yeah.
science.
You
You're
don't need
good.
science.
Nothing is proven anyway. It's all theory.